These are the 10 things I wish I knew before getting my real estate license. Okay, let's jump into the first one. You're not actually selling houses. Okay, technically you are selling houses, but most people have this idea that our job is just showing houses and convincing people to buy. This is not how it works. You see, the hardest part of this job is getting clients. So you're actually selling yourself and your skills. For example, when a seller is looking to sell their home, they're usually interviewing multiple agents, and then at the end they decide who is the right fit for them. And this is where the selling happens. Or you cannot take a buyer to the house that doesn't fit their criteria and try to sell it to them. This is not a TV show, this is real life. And you pressuring people to buy will result in you losing clients. This is a business where you serve people. You're on their side, you're finding the best house for them. Or when you're working with a seller, your goal is to make them the most money possible. A few times I had sellers telling me after putting the house on the market, "You know what, George, now it's not the best time for us to sell. We made a mistake and we changed our mind." Was I mad? Of course not. Life happens and I'm there to do what's best for them. Sales skills are extremely important. So invest in these trainings, read books on how human mind works. It will help you assist your clients better. Next, there is no limit on how much you can make. This is one of the best things in the business. However, I must say that I was kinda disappointed to learn that many agents are barely making it. Honestly, I thought that every real estate agent is making a ton of money. There is no sky in this business, but also there is no floor as well. It's a tough business, but those who survive first couple of years, if they're making right moves, they can make enormous amounts of money. On another hand, this job is so scalable. If you really want, you can make so much money that will allow you to do whatever you want. Next thing is, it's unpredictable. Okay, I kinda knew about this one, but what do I actually mean here? It's unpredictable income-wise. Deals will be falling apart, commission checks won't be there when you most need them. This is all the nature of the business. Also, you never know how your day would look like. Oftentimes people imagine real estate looks like this. You wake up, you go to the office, you pour yourself a cup of coffee, you sit at your desk, laugh and make jokes with the colleagues. For most agents out there, this is not how their day usually looks like. I mean, you can make the structure in your day however you want it. For example, most successful real estate agents are making calls for 2 hours every morning. But again, their day will look like based on if they schedule an appointment, if they have any walkthroughs to perform, do they have any inspections they have to be on. So it's very unpredictable. You will be getting calls while you're driving, you will be eating maybe in your car sometimes. So yeah, that's how it works. Next one, it can be stressful. So what makes it so stressful? Like we mentioned, it's not predictable. You don't know when the next deal is going to close. And if you're not secured in a financial way, it can affect your anxiety a lot. From an angry seller who doesn't want to give $500 to a buyer in closing costs, to a buyer who is maybe not approved for a loan a day before closing, it's all making this job so stressful. But over time you will adjust to this. This is just how business works, and this will make you a tougher entrepreneur, which will allow you to grow even more. The goal is to have many houses as possible under contract at the same time, so you know you're going to get paid. Okay, next one. Nobody gives you clients. One common misconception that many new real estate agents have is the promise of endless leads when they join a particular brokerage. However, the reality is quite different. This is a type of business where you constantly have to look for new clients until you get to that level that people are calling you and you're just living off of referrals. First and foremost, not all brokerages are created equal. Some brokerages may really provide the leads, but you gotta understand the quality of those leads. Some new agents are deciding to join teams which can accelerate their growth, but you gotta understand that those leads the team gives are not free. Sometimes it can wipe out over 60% of your commission, which is still better than nothing. But what I'm trying to say, and I realized this from the day one, do not rely on anyone to create the business for you. This is sales, and most times you have to reach out to people to ask for business. That's why I had success in my first year in the business. I moved to this country from Europe not knowing anyone, and I was prospecting for business and meeting people daily. I guess it all comes down how bad do you want it. I learned to be more assertive and to have small talks with everyone I encounter. No one is coming to save you. Like I said, this is a sales business. You gotta push harder every day, and over time you will be rewarded for your hard work. Next one, choose your brokerage wisely. First, don't be afraid to change your brokerage if you think it's not the right fit for you. For example, I started out in a small boutique brokerage. The broker was awesome and all the colleagues were great. Then a couple months in, my friend, who is a top producing agent and a coach, called me and asked me what do I think about EXP Realty. I was too ignorant at that time to even take a closer look at the model. After a few weeks I decided to leave the small boutique brokerage and to join Keller Williams. I was just amazed by Keller Williams' culture and training, and honestly I thought I would never leave. Until one day my other friend, who is also with EXP, referred me a client who has 10 homes to sell in my market. We were talking on a phone for over an hour, and when he was about to hang up, he asked me, by the way, would you be open-minded to at least take a look at the model? I said, why not? I will never move anyways from KW. And the same day I saw the model and I couldn't fall asleep that night. Next day I joined EXP Realty, and I'm not trying to make this into a commercial for EXP Realty, but what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people have this idea that they have to be with a certain company because of the relationships they have, oftentimes forgetting that this is 100% commission business and you have to make the moves that are best for you and your family. The way the brokerages work, and I'm not sure why people are still falling for this, is they're pumping your ego, they're giving you all these awards. Good job, Joe, you are $1 million producer for a month of March. And I get it, people like being appreciated, which brings us to the next one. This is one of the most important things I learned, and I wasn't thinking about it before I got my real estate license. You're only good as your last sale. This is my experience and this is what I saw, and maybe I'm completely wrong. When people start selling 40, 50, 100 homes a year, they adjust their lifestyle to that. They have better cars, they go to more vacations, and that lifestyle inflation can be extremely dangerous, especially if you're on 100% commission job. I'm not sure if this is true, but I heard of agents who are selling 300 homes a year and they're still broke. My response to this problem is this: I will do my best to invest in assets that produce income. Real estate, for example. I would never rely 100% on real estate sales income, even if I'm selling 1,000 homes a year. And here I have to mention my brokerage again. That's why I'm with EXP Realty. I have equity in the company, which is basically my retirement plan, and I have passive income through revenue share that's getting bigger and bigger. So that's why smart top producing agents are starting teams, so they can sell more with less work, using leverage. So many agents who are 70, 80, even 90 are still selling real estate because they have to. Don't be one of them. Next, listings are the name of the game. This is big one, guys. Listings are harder to get, but the return on time is so much bigger than working with the buyers. In my first year in the business, I had 8 listing sales and 2 buyers that became listings because they were home flippers. And when I calculate how much time I spent on getting these listings and selling them, my hourly wage is extremely high. I'm also not saying you should ditch buyers, but they're 1,000 times more time consuming than listings. In real estate we say list to last, which is 100% true. Who owns the listings owns the market. Having said that, I learned early on that I have to focus my marketing to the sellers. So instead of making a social media post 5 tips to a home buying process, I would make a post 5 ways to increase the value of your home. Next one, and some people may disagree with this, other agents are your friends. You may think, and I was the same way for a while, oh my god, this agent is getting all the listings in the area, how in the world can I get any sales in the same area? This is a very unhealthy way of thinking. While other realtors are in fact your competition, they are also your colleagues. You will be encountering them frequently and you will be working with them on deals, because 99% of real estate transactions have 2 sides. For example, one of the agents that I have been working on a deal with has an off-market listing. This agent called me to ask me, do I have anyone interested, and in fact I do. So your job is to make the transaction as smooth as possible. Your reputation in the business is very important, so invest some time in these relationships with other agents. Alright, next one, and I think this is the last one. Consistency is the key. So whatever you're doing to create business and you see it's working, double down on that activity. Whether that might be doing open houses, calling for sale by owners, or past clients, once you see it's working, keep doing it. To sum everything up, this is not an easy job and over 90% of the agents fail in the first few years in the business. Just don't give up and be clear on your goals. Where do you want to be in 5, 10, 20, 50 years from now? If you like this video, be free to check these ones. Thank you so much for watching, please subscribe and see you in the next video.